Hello. Um, I'm just playing the game here, and I just figured I could speak. I could just talk this one out. And just start. I just started playing this today. It's not as pretty of a base as I usually like to make it, but it's very close. Oh, that's nice. And I have nothing on me. It's very close to a spawn, is what I mean. Let's show it off, It's not like horrendous, but I feel like I could do more here. And that, I think, is cobblestone for sure, Yeah, I was just kind of thinking, and, usually that's frowned upon, not a lot of people like to, get all stuck up in their thoughts and whatnot, but I did. And I guess just talking is kind of my remedy for the things I have reflected on and whatnot. And I want to clear or make, some kind of, clarity, like I said. I have a different microphone. It's just, I don't know how and when or why, but I brought it somewhere, and now I'm not there. I don't even know why I brought it there, initially, because it's 1,000 miles away now. I've never lived there. I planned on it. I actually still might eventually move out there, but it doesn't justify me bringing my microphone and equipment out there to leave it. And again, I don't remember it. I don't know why I did. Oh, okay. The app, I'm recording on voice memo, just did a funny thing, and so I looked down and to check it out. And with that, being said, I'm just here now. I'm just kind of existing without my microphone. And what's been on my mind as of late is just how disappointingly lonely I've been feeling. Okay, obviously everybody's gonna feel a little bit lonely sometimes, but this is shameful, This is something, it's not justified, I think. Christmas was yesterday and I watched a movie. I stayed home. I wasn't invited anywhere, I guess. And so that's why I stayed home. Yeah, I don't know. Sad. Everything was all closed down and whatnot. I wanted to go to the gym, but I couldn't do that. So it's I guess I'm not having a fantastic time as it is for literal reasons, but then I just started reflecting, and that's where I'm a little ashamed or embarrassed at it. What am I trying to say? I'm too focused in on this game. I was reflecting on my past relationships, and I've never talked about it before, I don't think. Maybe very briefly, but not very much, And so I think I would like to talk about that in a way, as you guys are my therapist, the kind that doesn't help, but the kind that only listens or whatever. So my first one was, and I didn't pursue any throughout high school. I'm very disappointed. I wish I could go back and try to bang some homies that are women, but I didn't do it, and so it's like, it's what it is, you know. Now I'm here. I had graduated. I was 17 freshly, and now I'm outside, not in the real world, but as close as one can get with living with their mother. And then I started this job that she thought might be better for me. My mommy got me my job, and there was a woman there, my age, a girl, I guess is what I'll say. We were both 17. I guess she was 16 at the time. It doesn't matter. She turned 17 a month later or something. All right, like it. We were about the same age, is all I mean. And we kind of started talking. Like I don't know, man. It was very general. And we talked about it at some point. Dang, I just keep forgetting things. We talked about it at some point, and like we just don't agree on how it exactly started. She says that maybe I was more like uninterested, and she like would try to talk to me, and then like I just wouldn't like respond or whatever. Like I might respond, but it was either dry or. And she did claim that I literally wouldn't respond every time she like said something, which does not sound like me. You know, usually, actually right now is kind of an extraordinary thing because I just don't necessarily feel like responding to people, you know, and so yeah, now is unique. Now is not always. But now is now. Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But yeah, no, that's what she claimed, and I remember it more like we just talked, you know. We were just talking, you know, we like Snapchat and then Discord, and then one point I like brought her to her house from work. And she like showed me her like brand new computer that she got. It was fine, whatever. And dang. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was like fine in the beginning. And that was like we were just like talking as like people talk, and like just I don't know, like coworkers, like turning into friends or whatever. It was fine. And then kind of got into each other, started seeing each other like as barely more than friends, and then we actually started like going together. We like did dates and whatever, and enjoyed each other's company, spent a bunch of time together for a very long time. And I handled it wrong, like all of that, you know, like I stopped talking to some people just because it's kind of just what she wanted to happen or whatever, where she's like, if you don't talk to me, like, or like if you don't do this, then like you don't love me or whatever. I hated it, you know. But I mean, now I can recognize that I shouldn't have like been giving into that or whatever, but I was. And so based on that, I'm sure you can guess how I handled her saying that, you know. And again, I did literally say I stopped like talking to people or whatever, so I did it wrong. I did it very wrong. It was my first one though. Again, I didn't do anything like it in high school, you know. I was zero experience until I was 17. Very sad, you know, like beginning or whatever. I don't know. Not like literally sad, but is for me. Like in this situation, it's just a little bit sad or whatever. Smooth basalt. Smooth bath salts. Ow. Ah! Yeah, no, okay, so that's how it started, right? It was fine. She was a little toxic, as someone might say, but just a little bit. It was fine. I really, at the time, did not mind. And even now, it's not like I hate her and I hold all this, like, resentment or whatever. I'm fine. Like, I'm completely fine now. I don't have, like, negative feelings or whatever for her. Kind of. A little bit, but not for that. It's, like, barely a grudge or whatever for how things happened. But, let's see. Yeah, okay, so it was about a year. Did some stupid things. And it was going fine. And then, like, there was this really bad thing that she would do that I did hate then, and I wasn't okay with it then, but I really, at the time, did not know how to handle it. But, like, I'd do something so normal, is what I'm going to say, because a prime example of what, like, this thing that I would do is like, telling her I'm going to bed because I'm tired, and I'm just gonna straight up say it. She'd say stuff like, I'm going to blank myself, right? Like it would turn into that where she's like, you're going to sleep, you don't care about me, nobody cares about me. It was stuff like that. I hated it. Because, and I still don't, I didn't understand it then. And again, I don't understand why she said it then. Like, I don't know what her point was to it. I don't think that she genuinely thought that. I think that she just didn't want me to go to bed, and instead of asking me to stay up slightly longer, this is, like, how she handled it, or something. And, you know, it might be, like, 3 times a week or more, I mean, straight up all the time. I'm not going to say names or whatever. My age or whatever that I told you is, like, as much personal detail as I'm going to give, right? Because that's respectful. Kind of. I mean, maybe that's too much detail, but for me, that's, like, a fine thing. Like, it is perfectly all right to do that. And, you know, I mean, this might happen. I mean, it's 10 o'clock. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And then this happens, and it's resolved by 2 a.m. or something. Like, it was very long. It was miserable. I didn't get good sleep for that reason. Anyway, yeah, there was that. And when there wasn't that, it was usually pretty good. You know, I actually enjoyed her company. It's not like it was like that all the time and I hated her because I didn't. Or I guess don't, kind of, is maybe a better word. But yeah, it was, like, very bad things like that, and then otherwise it was very alright. It was very, like, a decent relationship or whatever, as far as, like, things go. And then, you know, and during some things like that, and it's a very not alright thing to probably say when she's saying stuff like that, maybe, unless, you know, like, her true intentions are entirely transparent and there's no mistaking it for she's actually going to do that. Because I do not think that she was ever actually intending on that, you know, like, I don't think that she ever actually planned on doing it. So, and why I think that is because she's very alive today. But, you know, what I might say during that is, and this was me kind of trying to get out of it because it was just, like, a horrible thing to, like, experience on such a frequent basis. I'd like, in the most polite way, just be like, well, if I make you feel like this so often, do you think we should break up and just, like, maintain a friendship or something? Like, you know, get rid of this title that we have. and you know, that never ended good. And like one time, I guess I was hopeful that like if, you know, we were friends or whatever, then there's not as much on me or whatever, like it wouldn't be such a hard thing my way. And, you know, again, like I just said, it never worked. Like that just, I mean, for her, that was, you know, not quite what she was looking for when she was upset. And I suppose I can understand that. You know, I guess in the moment now, like, I don't know how I would, like, actually approach that if it was, like, put on me again to experience. Like, I wouldn't, again, like, my feelings are the same. I don't want to experience somebody, like, telling me that they're gonna do that and that it's, like, basically my fault, you know, because I'm tired. And I want to emphasize that we would be fine before that. Like, it wouldn't be, like, already a tense thing. I mean, like, we might be playing a game and I'm like, hey, I might get off because I'm tired. And then, like, she might barely pout and I'll be like, but we can play tomorrow. And I guess she'd just be having that good of a time to where tomorrow didn't work for her. Yeah. And again, I want to also stress, this is my perspective. Like, this is how I saw everything happening. Yeah, and so eventually, and again, I want to, not that I'm a firm believer, but I want to thank God that it's over now and that there's no more of that. Like, I don't know how I would be now if this was still going on. Yeah, she broke up with me because an old guy that she talked to had to, like, come back from deployment. That's a very sick thing that this guy did. Not, like, get deployed and, like, be in the military or whatever, but they, like, I mean, you know what, never mind, right? That's not my business. Is this, like, crystals? No, okay, never mind. I've been here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so then they started dating, and I was broken up with and whatever, and, like, left to experience what she was so afraid of. In which, again, I'm fine. Like, again, I might be worse off if, like, she hadn't done that, and I don't hold, like, resentment for that, just kind of the reason why she did it. But, again, it's fine. Like, I don't know. There's no, like, I'm not holding up, like, a save me sign or something. Like, I'm good. And then a couple months later, I started this thing with a different girl. Dang, what's he doing? What's he trying to accomplish? A clip? See, he's, like, zigzagging my way. Which makes me curious about down here. Huh. So and maybe at the end I can, like, give, like, some traits or something. So the new girl, very nice. She just, you know, like, she didn't know what she wanted. She didn't have a lot going. And for that, I wasn't as understanding as I should have been. Like, if she was struggling with that, I think I could have helped her more. Like, I did in some ways push her to, like, try new things and consider school or whatever, and she did go for a little bit, which I almost feel bad about because she didn't finish, meaning that me and her are now in the same boat, which is debt, student loans. Very horrible thing. But let's see. It went on for about a year, and it was never an official thing. It's kind of what I talked about with the first girl, that like I like almost wanted, except I didn't need to be sleeping with the first one if we were going to like go back to being friends. Like that wasn't a thing, right? And so that's like what I mean, it's because it was never made official, I guess. That it was never made official. But what am I saying? I wish I could like easily do both at once. Let me do that. How do I get up? How did I do that? Oh God, that was like a very sad thing. Yeah, no, she was actually very cool, and I kind of regret how I like ended it, I guess, which is in like a permanent way, where I was like, and things weren't even that bad. I don't know why I did. Like I regret it, I think. You know, it makes me sad sometimes. But, you know, it's like she's better now too, and so it's like, you know, it's on me. It is entirely on me. And, you know, it's how it is. It's like, I don't know. But, I don't know. Maybe I got, like, tired of her or something. I don't know. Things started good. And then, just over time, it was like, she'd do something stupid and it like kind of changed my view on her almost. Very I know that's a bad thing, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's not even a standard. It's like straight up almost disrespectful. In its purest form. And yeah, I don't know. I think I let that get like the better of me, and so, you know, she temporarily paid for that, and I still am paying for that, because now, you know, and thankfully, I would hope that she doesn't actually care what I think about her still, as we do not talk, and I'm not making it a point to actually talk to her, kind of because of that, you know. Maybe it's you know, I think, dang, that sucks. I think part of it is just like, I was probably just kind of like disappointed in a way, or whatever. Like, I don't know. I think I held her too high. Like, how do I word it? Maybe what I did is I just like held her to a standard that I didn't have like the right to hold her to, and that's why it like would bother me. Can you not put rails on top of a chest? Dang, that sucks. Yeah, and so with that, I mean, being made a parent and like a very real thing, I do believe in its like clearest like in its clearest form that again, I am very much in the wrong here. I feel like it's almost near like I might even be in the wrong in the first one, but I don't know, like I don't even know exactly how to like word it or whatever. like, I don't know. I don't know, just kind of how it turned out, I guess. Nice. I'm glad that this turns into cubes instead of singular items. Yeah, and so then there was the third girl, right? This was, man, it was a shamefully short amount of time. It was like 6 weeks or something after this second girl, whom was respectfully 10 times better than the first girl. Much more, like, yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to explain my my thoughts and ideas and opinions or whatever about this, or what on earth I was thinking, you know. Cause now I'm like sitting here and I'm like, that'd be really nice to have right now, like. And that's not like these moments would be very nice. It is like this thing in its entirety would be really nice. Yeah, and so now, due to me being an idiot, I've just kind of cursed myself to not be able to have that because I ended things how I did. And, because of that, I mean, now I'm here, I guess, is what I'm trying to say is, like this is the consequence to my choices and actions. It just led up to this, and so, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I can't change it. And at this point, I'm not sure if it's even worth it, Like it's just what it is. But this third girl, 6 weeks, maybe 2 months. Not a horribly short amount of time to get over someone who I let kind of just convince me wasn't worthy of whatever I am. I'm no god. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have been like that. This third girl, also very nice, didn't really know what she wanted. And obviously there were things that bothered me or whatever, but who cares? That happens all the time, no matter what. I'm slowly learning that that will always be there. Even in a fresh relationship, I think that might be the only time, I guess. Maybe when it's straight up idolization, you're viewing this person as perfection. But I think in time, naturally, it's good to not always, be like that. Because if you are, then, that is straight up delusion. This person might not be perfect, but it might not be inappropriate to say they are perfect for you. As long as, they feel the same way. Yeah, and I don't know. There were things that bothered me about her that I kind of noticed right off the bat. Very attractive. I'm surprised it worked out. I'm surprised I did what I did. Because I could not replicate what I did to find this woman and manipulate and convince her, not literally to be with me. I'm proud of that, but I'm proud of it because it is it is something that'll happen once. Dang, I was not even paying attention. I'm gonna do it closer where there's less reflection, I guess. So bright. I don't know why I did that. I'm a bit tired. My fingers are heavy. Yeah, and so this is by far my most disappointing thing. And it started out as a truth and it turned into a lie. And this, again, I wanted to move somewhere. I planned on it. I gave my apartment place a notice to move out. And this is in not the last one, but the one before that, kind of what I was talking about. It was a very, very bad time for me. And so I planned on moving many, many states away. And so I broke up with her before, and I explained why I didn't hold it from her. And then I never moved. Instead, I traveled for many weeks and visited family and did a couple different places. And did some work. Just odd jobs, I kind of made money. Overall, the trip, I lost money. But it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Yeah. And I regret it too. I kind of miss her as well. Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not laughing at what I said. I'm not gonna say what I'm laughing at, but it was related to her. It was just something that she would do that I thought or think is funny. And yeah, so I've only been in 3 real kind of relationships here. And it kind of, I don't really, I guess, but I just somewhat have regrets about it for whatever reason. Yeah, I guess I don't even know how to exactly describe it. 'Cause maybe with the second girl, I guess maybe I would go back as a new thing, but it's such a hard maybe. It's because of how things are now and what just happened or whatever, I don't even know if it would truly be worth it, I feel I don't know. I kind of just want them all to be happy in their own places, and whatever that is for the witch from the beginning and the other 2 girls or women that I have, dated or whatever. I'll say women now that we're all at least 20, between 20 and 22. I'll call them women. Yeah, and then, whole thing with high school, I can't believe I never tried. I never made it a point to, have a relationship. I kind of just viewed it as, a pointless thing, we're all here to learn. I don't even own a vehicle, why are you trying to tell me that you like me? It's what are we gonna do if this is, pursued? I didn't want to be the kid who, during lunch, rubbed up on a girl in front of, a room that was never used or something, in the hallway. I didn't want that. I do not, absolutely, if it's that or nothing, I choose nothing. I didn't understand, why people made, somewhat of a big deal about it. But I think as I went farther into high school, I had moved away from my school. And so now I'm at, this school. Why are they alive? Hey, you can't do that. Yeah, I think after I had, seen it for what it was, and just, I don't even know, really opened my eyes, because now I'm in, this place I used to live, and like, all these people I don't know, and truthfully, I didn't like a lot of people there in this new place that I live now near but not in, thank God. Even though I have done the work to not live there, I pay my bills, you know, and do work, I guess. Like, there's no part of God's hand that is like letting me live where I am. You could argue, again, I'm not very religious, but I guess you could technically argue he is allowing me to do the work and make the money to be where I'm at. Which, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. I haven't done a lot of exploring, so that's just what I'm doing right now. That's pretty cool. Dang, I've kind of just forgot about what I was talking. Oh, yeah. Ah, dang it. I hate this stuff. I want to build like a cool bridge. Hold on. Yeah, okay, so I guess I'll just do that for a minute so that I can like gather my thoughts and whatnot. I just kind of figured when I moved to this place, like, why not? Like, why did I do this my whole life? And so for the first time that this school year, I made a decision to not go for another year. I like kind of freaked out a little bit, just barely, where I was like, I just can't keep doing it. It's like these kids are awful, and this is halfway through the year. It is, like 8 days from the new semester, and I was like I was like slightly panicked or whatever. Like, I just couldn't do it. So, like, overall, there was a couple of like very nice, women, but overall, I had like a few friends at the time, and I was fine with it because I didn't want to be there. And so I like talked to the counselor, and it's like, I hate this school, what can we do to get me out of here? And what's cool is that since I had never had a shortened like schedule, like I just went for every class every day and never like gave myself a free period, I just had one more, like I think I needed like a full schedule and 1 credit or something, and so then I took 2 online classes in a semester and it was fine. Where is my house? I didn't think that I like left the hill that I was on. It's just gone now. Maybe it's over here. Anyway, yeah, so we got it taken care of. I graduated a year early, like I had, I guess, initially said in this, at some point here. And, yeah, no, very nice woman, bridesman. And, yeah, so I guess that's kind of what happened, and, I went to a party for the first time in my life. I did prom. I think I've mentioned that. So I was, I think just 16 at the time. Maybe? No, okay, I had just turned 17. And I had where I worked, there was a bar. It's, I worked inside of a casino, but like at a restaurant. And there was a cocktail waitress that agreed to go to prom with me. Her husband was okay with it. It would have been a couple of hours, no post-prom. I would have went to that alone. This woman, like, probably had to work the next day or something. I wasn't going to, like, take up too much of her time. Honest intentions, too, Very transparent. Like, prom, home. And so what ended up happening is I got permission. I asked permission, and they told me, no, you cannot bring a 38-year-old woman to prom. That's fair. I don't blame them for saying that. She would have been one of the oldest people in the room. And then also, on top of that, she would have been literally the oldest person dancing with a student. I don't blame them. And so, I got a, what do you call it? Dang, what do you call it? It's where you come to an agreement, whatever. I didn't tell him how my plan had changed, but I brought a 22-year-old with a baby to prom. The baby wasn't there. She got her mom to babysit, but I brought a mother to prom. I had to do something cool. I had to do something real nice, because it was my first and last prom ever. I can't make that jump. Again, I had to go out with a bang or whatever. Where he at? Dang. And then, I kissed the first girl ever in my life as a junior / senior. I was kind of trying to switch up my life, because I have a social presence, as in there's a lot of media made by me. I've just been on the internet for the majority of my life. I kind of regret that too. It's what it is though. It's just I couldn't think ahead of time or whatever. If my parents had told me, I wouldn't have understood why. It was that's just how things are. This is how I am raised. I'm raised with this just being such a very large part of my life. And so again, I blame myself for that. Who else can I possibly blame other than the only person who makes the decisions in my life? But yeah, I wanted to go out and be social. And so I did. I did it for one semester. And then because I did it for one semester, it wasn't enough, right? I was still too late to make a long lasting thing. Other than if somebody asks, I'm the first person to graduate in 3 years in the school for the last 20 years or something. They just don't usually allow it. I don't know why I was an exception. Other people had tried it that same year as me. I was one of one. I was treated different for whatever reason. That I don't regret. Because again, it was a very bad school. Not much to do there. Very not well funded. It's what it is. But I didn't get a long lasting, kind of reputation or impression. And so while I could have potentially made more friends or whatever, I didn't, because I went into the school kind of not wanting it. I'm here for a year, does it even matter? I don't want to live here. Unfortunately, I do still live where I live. Just now it's 20 minutes away from this town instead of in the town. I didn't know what I was doing there for a moment. But, now at this point in my life, I have dropped out of college twice. I get paid cash primarily. and I'm doing a Google certification course to like try and make an improvement. It is one step, now I've been alone now for 8 months about, and it'll be 8 months in like a week or something. I'm like rounding up to the nearest month because it does round up if you do like 5 is half or whatever, 2 weeks is half. And I do algebra from time to time. I'm gonna do like that Khan Academy high school chemistry, and then I'm gonna like move my way up the different sciences because I'm just so god awful at those. But I think my issue here is like I just at this point in my life, and I'm downplaying some of these things, where that first girl, there are more kind of what do you even call it, like lasting effects than I kind of mentioned. Like I don't feel good, and I think that being with her and with this like being like 2 friends that I had in like high school that like I really liked or whatever, my age and whatnot, I think that I almost ruined those because I was so infatuated with her, like I saw her as perfection, very unhealthy thing, even though I knew that she wasn't, and there were still things about her that like made me not want to be with her or whatever, as I have, kind of described. I don't even know how to make friends, like that's where I'm at in my life. And so now I'm just kind of not wandering. It's okay, yeah, I can do science and I can do algebra and work my way up back to the different maths, like geometry, trigonometry. I'm going to do them. I find them really easy. Like I have no problem doing these like shape and angle sciences. I'm still going to do it, I haven't done it since college. Even then I got to skip geometry in college because I just know geometry. Yeah. Dang, there should have been a fish by now. I must have just missed it. Let's see. Why am I just kind of like not talking? Yeah, okay, so I can do chemistry. I can do biology, and geography is, I think, technically a science, even though it's like an earth science or whatever. And then I can do physics, all the math. I might get a job after this certification, but like I'm still lonely, right? I'm still going to be lonely because no matter what I do, that is to better myself. I might become a math genius. I might get a job in a think tank making $150,000 a year. But like, again, my question, my point to all of this is like what's next? Like, what is the next for me socially? I have downloaded like dating apps like a couple of times in the last year. Okay, so it was before the 3rd, after the 2nd, and then I think maybe twice this year or something after the 3rd. I'm not cheating. I don't do that, and I don't condone it. It's never lined up that way, but why I say a couple of times is because I do it, have it for a week, and then I just kind of am like to the realization where it's like, why do I think I need an app to like meet a woman or anybody for that matter, I should just be able to go out and go to a coffee shop or an event and like meet somebody. Like I don't know why it's this hard for me. and then there's like that like negative view of like dating apps that I have, it's like a very nasty thing for me. I don't like dating apps and I don't like having them, but every now and again I succumb to my own beliefs or whatever. Like I fall into it, and it's usually within a few days that I delete it, like a week max. Like I had said before, a week. And so yeah, just I don't know what's next. How do I crawl myself out of this like disgusting hole that I'm in?